Hello everyone, today I'd like to discuss a research methodology called case study. So to begin, I will first explain my presentation structure. My presentation will explain the following questions about case study. What is case study? Why case study? Types of case studies. How to do case study. Advantages and disadvantages of case study. First of all, I'd like to address the first question, what is case study? A case, in this context, could be referring to an event, problem, process, activity, person or several person. In an article, Beverland and Lindgreen in 2010 used the following definition of a case study, an exploration of a bounded system, bounded by time and place, or a case, or multiple cases, over time through detailed, in-depth data collection involving multiple sources of information rich in context. It answers questions beginning with how or why and tend to focus on a single individual, a small group of people, or occasionally a single event. Case study deals with qualitative data, interviews, observations, artifacts, etc. So why would people choose to do a case study? Case study can be a great fit for investigating certain phenomena with a group of people, and for testing hypotheses or theories. For example, I myself have chosen this research methodology for my own thesis project about political environment and prospects for international marketing by investigating the company Monsanto. There are three types of case studies. The first one is single instrumental case study, which focuses on issues or concern. Here, a bounded case is selected to showcase the issue. The second type of case study is collective/multiple case study, with an initial focus on issue/concern. It selects several bounded cases to showcase the issue or concern. The last types of case studies is intrinsic case study, where researcher studies the case itself without focus on an issue. So how should we proceed with a case study? The first step is to determine and define the research questions. Then the cases and data gathering and analysis techniques should be selected. Next, we prepare to collect data, before collecting data in the field. Then we should evaluate and analyze the data to prepare the report. I will elaborate on each step later in the presentation. This is a graph of how to do a case study. So the first step is to determine and define the research questions. First of all, remember that a case study research answers how and why questions, so we can do a literature review for formulating the questions. Next, decide what kind of approaches to use, single or multiple real-life cases, then decide on data gathering and analyzing approaches. In preparing to collect the data, a case study research deals with a big amount of raw data, so a database should be created to store, sort and retrieve the data. When collecting data in the field, data should be collected and stored systematically. One should have some flexibility here in order to change the approaches during the data collection if necessary. The raw data needs to be processed and categorized before data evaluation and analysis. When preparing the report, you should simplify the complexity of the problem and data for readers, and pay attention to things like report forming styles, dividing cases into chapters, and narrowing the case sequential. There are several advantages to case study. The first one is that the examination of the data is most often conducted within the context of its use. Also, variations in terms of approaches to case studies allow for both quantitative and qualitative analyses of the data. The detailed qualitative accounts often produced in case studies not only help to explore or describe the data in real-life environment, but also help to explain the complexities of real-life situations. However, there are still disadvantages of case study. Firstly, we need to mention the lack of rigor. It provides very little basis for scientific generalization since they use a small number of subjects, some conducted with only one subject. It is also dependent on a single case exploration, making it difficult to reach a generalizing conclusion. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.